Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 Milwaukee Braves baseball. It's been a little while. I just had eye surgery on my right eye. I'm wearing these reader glasses to look at the charts here, so we'll see how this goes. So let's get to the starting lineup here. It's September 4th, 1961. We got the Braves traveling to Chicago to take on the Cubbies. And we got leading off for the Braves, starting in center field, Al Spangler. Batting second, playing second is Frank Boland. Batting third, playing third's Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing right field is Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing first base is Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, playing left field is Frank Thomas. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Sammy White. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Milwaukee Braves will be Carl Wiley. And let's take a look here at the hometown Chicago Cubs starting lineup. We got leading off playing center field Richie Ashburn. Batting second, playing first base is Andrew Rogers. Batting third, Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks, playing shortstop. Batting fourth, playing right field is George Altman. Batting fifth, playing left field is Billy Williams. Batting sixth, playing third base is Ron Santa. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Sammy Taylor. Batting eighth, playing second base is Mel Roach. And on the mound and batting ninth for the Cubbies is Jack Curtis. Let's get down here to Wrigley Field and get this game started, folks, and see how I can do here. Alrighty. Hey, big clues in the house. We got Jack Curtis on the mound, folks. This will be his 23rd start. He's got a 3.82 ERA. And his record is 13-10. And he's got 8 complete games. He'll be going up against Al Spangler to lead this game off. Al's hitting 328 in limited play. No home runs and 11 RBIs on the season for the Braves. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nice piece of hitting by Spangler. He gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Frank Boland now with a runner down at first. And nobody out for Frank. He's batting .288 on the year. He's got 15 home runs and 68 RBIs on the year. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is driven into left field. That ball is back. Home run, Frank Boland. The wind must be blowing out here in Wrigley Field today, folks. It's quickly 2-0 before the fans could even set down. Legends in Yeah, exactly, Legends. We'll see how this goes. These glasses are a little bit to get used to. I'll be glad when I get my real glasses in January. The print on the boards is too small. And then if I'm looking up at the screen, it's too big. So it's a little hassle here. But we'll give it a go. That brings up Eddie Matthews now with the Braves leading 2-0. Nobody on. Matthews hitting .303 with 31 home runs on the year, 104 RBIs. See if Matthews can keep this hit parade up against Curtis. And of course, I got to drop the dice, start this game off. It ain't an official game until you drop the dice. And that's going to be a base on ball, so it's not a hit. But Matthew gets down to first. Oh, exactly, Big Clue. These fake glasses are a bunch of crap. Yeah, exactly. So Eddie walks down to first. Curtis hasn't gotten a single batter out yet. And that brings up the hammer. Hank Aaron's up now, folks. See if the hammer can keep this going. You got the Hammer hitting 301 on the year, 28 home runs, 99 RBIs. Can he pick up number 100 and 101 here, folks? And here's the pitch to the Hammer. And that's going to be the first out of the ball game. That's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Richie Ashburn makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Joe Adcock up now. And Joe is batting 275 on the year. He's got 30 home runs and 96 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes on Joe. Can he take advantage of this 2-0 pitch, folks? And that's going to be a fly ball out to Billy Williams and left. So 2 down now. So it's up to Frank Thomas to keep this going. And old Frank's batting 278 on the year, 25 home runs, 75 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ernie Banks. He'll throw across the diamond to get Frank. But the Braves do get 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Milwaukee 2, Ashburn. Rogers and Banks coming up the bat here in the bottom of the first. Carl Wiley, this will be his 18th start in the year, folks. He's got a 3.94 ERA. He's 12-5 on the year. And he's got 2 complete games. His first batter he'll face will be Richie Ashburn. He's batting 348 with 1 home run and 6 and 20 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch to Richie. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And he comes back and works himself a walk. So Carl already putting a runner in on base, bringing the tying run to the plate. And the former Rogers, he's batting 249, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Henry Aaron out in right field. That'll be out number 1. And Ashburn still down at first now with Mr. Cubby himself, Ernie Banks, hitting 268, 21 home runs, 81 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Carl's first strikeout. Now there's 2 out for Mr. George Altman. And he's batting 330 on the year, folks. 24 home runs, 96 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mr. Frank Thomas patrolling left field. So the leadoff walk doesn't hurt. We go to the top of the second. It's 2-0 Milwaukee. We got McMillan, White, and Wiley due up. Max batting 212 on the year. 7 home runs, 47 RBIs. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Not bad. Trying to get used to these glasses here. Like I say, I don't get my real glasses back until January. See my regular eye doctor after having both eyes operated on. So here's the pitch to Mac. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be 1 out here. And the second. That'll bring up Sammy White. Sammy's batting 213 on the year in limited play. He's got 1 home run and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And George Altman's got that. And that'll be out number 2. And here comes Carl Wiley. Only batting 064, folks. He's 3 for 47 on the year. See if he can get his 4th hit here. And that'll be a ground ball down the Santo at third. And the Braves go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just these darn glasses. I like to say I got to have them in order to read a board. I don't need them probably to see the screen here, but so going back and forth, and I can't keep taking them off. So we got Billy Williams, Santo, and Taylor due up here for the Cubbies. Billy's batting 267, 25 RBIs, 25 home runs rather, 71 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's old Carl's second strikeout. Nice way to start the second here. Brings up Ron Santo, batting 285, 20 home runs, 77 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McMillan. He fires across the diamond for out number 2. Quick 2 outs here. Here comes Sammy Taylor. 2 Sammys doing the catching today. And Sammy Taylor's batting 216, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs for the Cubbies. And that'll be a fly ball out to Spangler in center field. 1, 2, 3 goes the Cubbies. We go to the top of the third. We got the top of the order due up here for the Braves. Spangler, Bolin, and Matthews. Al singled and came around to score on the home run by Bolin. Let's see if he can get on base again, folks. And not this time. He lifts that ball in the left field. Easy catch for Billy. 1 down. Here comes Frank Bolin, who hit his 16th home run of the year, folks. Driving in both runs so far. Let's see if he can go back to back, Jack. And no, they don't want no parts of Frank. I don't know how smart that is to walk Frank Bolin to be pitching to Matthews and Aaron. That's what Curtis did. So here comes Eddie. He walked his first time up. Can he get some wood on here and drive in Frank Bolin? And they don't want no parts of Eddie. It looks like a 2-0 pitch. Can Eddie take advantage of it? And no, they walk him on 4 pitches, folks. And Eddie Matthews walks for the second time, and he walks the hard way in APBA, having to roll the dice twice. So all of a sudden, maybe he wasn't scared of Frank Bolin. Maybe Curtis can't find the strike zone. You got a point there, Big Clue. Yeah, they don't have much of a pitching staff, that's for sure. Here comes Hank. Hank's 0 for 1. He flew out the center his first time up. 2-1. You got Bolin down at second, Matthews down at first. Hank's up here. Can he get a key base hit and add some runs to this game, folks? And that's going to be another 2 balls and no strike count. Can Aaron take advantage of it? That's 6 straight balls Curtis has thrown. And that's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Roach down at second, out in short right field, makes the catch. Everybody holds up. Now it's 2 outs. Up to Joe Adcock here to drive in some runs. He flew out the left his first time up. And not this time, folks. He blasted that ball in the left field. And that'll score Frank Bolin. And Matthews will scamper down the third. So a nice 2-out base hit by Adcock makes it a 3-0 lead. We got runners on the corner now with 2 outs for Frank Thomas. And Frank, he grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit, folks, in the left field. And that'll score Matthews. Joe Adcock, he'll stop at second. And just like that, it's 4-0 now, folks. All this happening here with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Roy McMillan. Roy struck out his first time up. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. He'll go to short way to second. Banks will. That'll end the inning. But the Braves tack on 2 and take a 4-0 lead. So we go to the bottom of the third. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Cubbies. Roach, Curtis, and then back to Ashburn. Mel's batting 160 on the year. 1 home run, 2 RBIs on limited play. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. And Matthews calls everybody off, makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Jack Curtis. He's batting 133 on the year. He's got a home run, folks, and 3 RBI, so you can't groove one here to Jack. And that is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Carl's 3rd strikeout here in the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order, and Richie Ashburn, he walked his first time up. Hey, Tim. Yeah. Yeah, you got a point there, Tim. Here's the pitch to Richie. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike three. And Carl Wiley starting to look like Linda Ronstadt out there, folks. That's his fourth strikeout. He's throwing blue bayous. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves in the top of the fourth. White, Wiley, and then back to Spangler. Sammy's 0 for 1, flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Easy play for Ron. That'll be one out here for the Braves. Brings up Carl Wiley now. Carl, he grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike three. That's only Curtis's second strikeout of the game, folks. And we're back to the top of the order now. Spangler with two outs here in the fourth. Al's 1 for 2. Can he get on base again here, folks? And he most certainly can. He drives that ball into center field. Al Spangler's having a nice game here. He's 2 for 3. Brings up Frank Bowen. He homered his first time up with Al Spangler aboard. Can he do it again here, folks? He walked his other time up, and they're not going to let him do that. That's a deep fly ball to center field, but Ashburn, short of the track, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, and the Braves lead 1-on. We go to the fourth, bottom of the fourth, 4-0. You got Rogers, Banks, and Altman due up here. And Rogers is 0 for 1, flew out to Hank his first time up. And this time, though, he gets a base hit in the center field. So the Cubbies making some noise here in the fourth, get the leadoff runner aboard. Here comes Mr. Banks. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Carl. And that is hit down the short. Can the Braves turn 2 here, folks? No, McMillan comes charging in. Fires over to first, his only play. So Rogers will get down the second here with 1 out for George Altman. So you got a runner in scoring position. Altman flew out the left his first time up. And not this time, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone. And the Cubbies have just cut the lead in half. It's 4-2. George Altman with his 25th home run of the year, folks. Just like that, the Cubbies are back in this game. Here comes Billy Williams up now. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be popped up in the short left field. Matthews goes back in fair territory, makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Ron Santo now. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And he drives the ball into center field, folks. And that'll be a base hit. So now the Cubbies still not going down here in the fourth. Santo down at first with 1 out for Sammy Taylor. And old Sammy, he flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be driven in the center again, but this time Spangler can't make the catch. And Ron's going to make his way down the third with 2 outs here, folks. So the Cubbies making some more noise here. First and third and 2 outs. All of a sudden, Carl can't get out of this inning, folks. It's already given up 2 runs. Brings up Mel Roach. He popped up the third his first time up. And that'll end the inning. That'll be a ground ball down the second. Frank Bowen will toss it over to McMillan covering. But the Cubbies scored 2 on the 2-run homer. And we go to the top of the fifth. It's 4-2. You got the big boys due up here, though, for the Braves. Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock. Eddie is yet to get a bat. He's walked twice, folks. See what he does this time against Curtis. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Drives that down the first baseline. It bounces into fair territory. And Eddie standing down at second with a leadoff double. That might be why they wasn't pitching to him. So that brings up Hank Aaron now with a runner in scoring position. Hank's 0 for 2, flew out and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Only plays over the first. And Matthews will make it down the So that's a ground ball down the first. Only plays the first. Rogers throws over to Curtis. Matthews will end up down at third. And I think the Cubbies, they're not scoring a lot of runs here. I think they're going to bring the infield in, folks, with Joe Adcock and Matthews down at third. See if old Joe can at least get a fly ball here and make the score 5-3, 5-2. He's 1-for-2 with an RBI his last time up. And that's going to be a Matthews taking off for home, folks. I can't believe this. This is crazy. There goes Matthews taking off for home. He's in there safely, folks. And Mr. Taylor is adamant that he put the tag on him, and they just kicked him out of the game. So Sammy Taylor's been thrown out of the game. The Braves take a 5-3 lead. The Cubbies has got to bring out a catcher here, folks. Let's see who they're going to bring out here to catch. They got this extended roster. There's a boatload of players. They got like 3 catchers on the bench. Let's see here. They're going to go with old Bert. Bert's going to come out here and catch. So the Braves, Addie Matthews takes off and steals home. That's unbelievable. Let's see here. We go to the bench. And I'm trying to find Bert here with all these players. There's Dick. And he'll be hitting in the 7 hole. So now there's 1 strike on Joe Adcock. And nobody on, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Curtis ends up striking Adcock out for the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up Frank Thomas now. Frank is 1-for-2 with an RBI the last time up. And that's going to be an easy grounder down to Ernie to end the inning. But Matthews does it all himself, folks. He gets on base and steals home and gives the Braves a 5-2 lead. We got Curtis, Ashburn, and Rogers due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Jack struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's Kurt's 2nd strikeout. And that's Carl Wiley's 5th of the game, folks. We're back to the top of the order. Richie Ashburn's 0-for-1. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Spangler's got it. 2 quick outs here. Yeah, it's so easy. I hear you, Big Clue. And here comes Rogers. He's 1-for-2, singled and came around to score his last time up. And that'll be a ground ball down to McMillan, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 goes to Cubbies. We make our way to the 6th inning. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. McMillan, White, and Wiley. Max 0-for-2, struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. And, of course, the ball always finds you. Dick just came in the game, but he throws the mask off, makes a nice catch near the dugout for out number 1. And here's Sammy White up now. Sammy is 0-for-2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that'll be another fly ball. This one out to Altman. And that'll be 2 quick outs for the Braves. Here comes Carl. Can he keep this inning alive, folks? He's 0-for-2 with a strikeout and a ground out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 Milwaukee. Got the big boys up now. Banks, Altman, and Williams. Ernie's 0-for-2 today. See what he does here in the 6th. And that's going to be a ground ball Mac makes a nice play on it, scoops it up, fires over to first for out number 1. Brings up George Altman now. George is 1 for 2 with the 2-run homer his last time up. And he drives that ball into right field, turns on it. Hank Aaron's out there today. He gets over and cuts it off. George made a wide turn, but he'll head back to first with a single with 1 out. Here's Billy Williams now. He struck out and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Frank Thomas. That'll be a big out number 2. And that brings up Ron Santo. See what he's going to do here in the 6th. Is he going to keep this inning alive? He singled the last time off, Carl. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. No, it's not going to be back to the mound. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Ron Santos strikes out, and they leave a runner on at first, folks. We go to the 7th inning, top of the order due up here against Curtis. Spangler, Bolin, and Matthews. Curtis is due up third. They love to see him get through this 7th inning. Al's 2 for 3, having a heck of a game. He came around to score in the first. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. Who's calling for it? Ernie Banks says he's got it. Out near the mound for out number 1. Here comes Frank Bolin, who's having a good game too. He's 1 for 2 with that home run, and he's walked. And that'll be another pop-up. And again, Banks is calling for it. Ernie's busy in this inning, folks. 2 pop-ups, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Mr. Matthews, who is 1 for 1 with a stolen base and a double. And that stolen base was home, folks. So here's the pitch to Eddie. And that'll be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Curtis sends the Braves down in order, gives the Cubbies a chance here as we make it to the 7th inning stretch. Burktail will be up first. First time up after coming in for Sammy getting thrown out. Mel Roach, and then a pitch hitter for Curtis. And Dick is batting .240 on the year with 1 home run, 25 RBIs. And that's going to be an easy grounder down the second. And Bolin's up with it. He tosses it over to Adcock for out number 1. That brings up Mel Roach now. And Mel's 0 for 2 today. And that'll be a foul ball, strike 1. And that'll be a strike him out. 7 strikes outs on the day for Carl. Pitching a masterpiece here so far, folks. That'll be it for Curtis. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Like I say, the bench is full. That's for sure. A lot of bodies on the bench. We're going to have Lou Brock come off the bench here, folks, and back. Bring on the lefty. Lou's second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1 on the season, folks. Here's the pitch to Lou with 2 outs and nobody on. And that'll be a ground ball down the first. Joe Adcock takes it himself. He'll step on the bag, and that'll be out number 3. Now we need a new pitcher here for the Cubbies. Got the righties coming up here. See who the Cubbies are going to bring in the game. Looks like Dick Drout's going to get the call, folks. Pitch here in the 8th inning. I could say he'll be facing Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas. And this is Dick's 48th appearance. He's got a 3.97 ERA. He's 4-4 on the year. He does have 7 saves. Here's the pitch to Hank. He's 0 for 3. And he'll stay over because that's a fly ball out the left. Billy's got that for out number 1. That brings up Joe Adcock now. See if Joe can get something going here in the 8th. He's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a base on balls. He'll trot on down the 1st. That brings up Frank Thomas. Frank can bust this game open. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI today. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone. Kiss it goodbye. That wind is blowing out the left today, folks. That is a 7-2 lead. It's Frank Thomas, 26 home runs a year, 78 RBI. And Dick Drout was not the answer in this 8th inning. That brings up Roy McMillan. He's 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out, and popped up. And he walks Mac, batting .210, and he, walks him. That'll bring up Sammy White now. See what Sammy can do against Dick. Sammy's 0 for 3. And now it's going to be a wild pitch, I believe. Yep, a wild pitch is going to send, Mac down the 2nd. With 1 out, that gets rid of the double play possibility. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Sammy. And that's going to be hit back to the mound, I believe. Nope, that'll be hit down the 1st. And that'll get the runner over to 3rd as Rogers tosses over to Drout. Now there's 2 outs. And Carl's going to stay in the game, folks. He's pitching a damn good game. We're not taking him out. He's 0 for 3. And that ball is hit in the center field, and that's going to score McMillan. And let's see if he's going to hold up at that 1st with a single there. Nice piece of hitting by old Carl because we don't need no stinking DH. And all of a sudden, it's 8-2, folks. Helping his own cause. And that brings up Al Spangler now. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. And all of a sudden, the Braves are coming out on the field. They're not very happy with that, folks. I can't intentional. Sure. Dick Drout at the end of the year here doesn't look very happy. I think he drilled all out on purpose. Cooler heads prevail. Nobody gets kicked out. That brings up Frank Bolin now. See if he can make Drout regret that. He has a home run in this game. And that's going to be a pass ball. So maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe he's just plain wild right now. So now it's 2nd and 3rd. It's 2 outs, 1-0 count on Frank. And that's going to be a ground ball. No, sorry, a pop-up out in the left field. Santa goes out, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves score 3 and bust this game open. It's 8-2, folks. We got Ashburn, Rogers, and Banks due up here. Richie's 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. So Ashburn gets on base. Start this 8th inning off. Take a drink here. Hey, 007. All righty. That brings up Rogers now with nobody out. Ashburn down at 1st. He's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a tailor-made double play, folks. That ball was hit down to McMillan at short, over to Bowling, over to Adcock, 6-4-3. And that wipes out that lead-off walk. And here comes Mr. Banks with nobody on. He's 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews at third. And that'll end the inning, folks. And we go to the top of the ninth. It's 8-2 Milwaukee. Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock due up. And that's going to be it for Drout. And I think Don Eston's going to come in here to pitch the ninth inning. So Don, this is his 29th appearance. He's got a 3.41 ERA. He's 3-4 with 4 saves on the year. Here's the pitch to Eddie. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Matthews gets aboard again, folks. Here comes Hank Aaron. He might be one of the few Braves without a hit here today. See if he can get off the snide here. He's 0 for 4. Here's the pitch to the hammer. And he's going to stay 0 for 4. And that's going to be a double play ground ball. Ernie scoops that up over the Roach, over to Rogers. And now there's 2 outs here in the top of the ninth for Joe Adcock. And he's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Came around to score 1 time. And that's going to be an easy grounder down the third. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Braves winning by 6. Altman, Williams, and Santo due up here. Gar will get the complete game, folks. George is 2 for 3 with a home run today. Drove in the only 2 runs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Aaron's out there today, makes the catch. Brings up Williams now. Here's the pitch to Billy. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. The Cubbies not going down without a fight. Williams down at first now for Ron Santo. And Ron, he's batting .285. He's 1 for 3 today. And that ball is hit hard. That ball is hit far. That ball is going. That wind is definitely blowing out of left field today, folks. And he cuts the lead to in half. It's 8-4, folks. Just like that. And that'll bring up Dick Barkdale. And he's 0 for 1 since coming in the game. Here's the pitch, Dick. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out the right field, but the wind's not blowing out that way, folks. So Aaron makes the catch short of the warning track for out number 2. Yeah, Wrigley Homer is right, legend. Like I say, all the home runs have been out the left field today. Here is Mel Roach. The Cubbies down to the last out. He's 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Bowen's up with it, tosses it over to Adcock, and that's your ball. Braves win 8-4. Let's take a look here at the box score. Take these glasses off. I think I can see the box score well enough, sure, without looking at using them glasses, sure. And the Braves, 8 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Cubbies, 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Like I say, you had Frank Bolin with that big home run in the first inning. You had Eddie Matthews 2 for 3 with a stolen base. He stole home. They don't steal home anymore, but he's stealing home. Sorry, Sandlot had to say it. And the Braves were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position, folks. They only left 6 men on base. Oh, Ron Santo and George Altman were 2 for 4. George had the big home run for the Cubs. So did Ron Santo. That's where all 4 runs came in. And the Cubbies were 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position. They just didn't have many opportunities. They only left 4 men on base. Wiley goes the distance, picks up his 13th win. He's 13-5. Gives up 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 7. Like I say, he was wheeling there. Jack Curtis, he falls to 13-11. Pitches 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, walked 3, struck out 5, gave up a home run. Dick Droke came in, got lit up in that inning. 2 hits, gave up 3 runs, walked 2, gave up a home run. And Don Elston came in and pitched a good 9th inning, gave up a hit, and that was it. But it was too little too late. Let's do some fast play here in the National League. We got the Giants taking on the Dodgers out in LA. See what happens out here in the Coliseum. And the Giants win big. 9 runs on 13 hits and no errors. The Dodgers, 5 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. Now the big red machine takes on the Phillies in Philadelphia. They need to win here, folks. They're starting to fall too far behind the Giants and the Braves. See what happens here in Philadelphia. And the Reds shut out the Phillies. 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors. And the Phillies, no runs on 5 hits and no errors. And they're playing a double hitter up here in Philly. Can the Reds sweep them here, folks? See what happens here in game number 2. And the Phillies come back and get the split. The Reds 3 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. The Phillies 5 runs on 12 hits and no errors. And old Tallison, he has 2 home runs in this game, folks. 3 for 4. They both must have been solo jobs because he only had 2 RBIs. And the last game here in the National League is the Pirates taking on the Cardinals in St. Louis. And the Cardinals win a close one. The Pirates 6 runs, 12 hits, and an error. The Cardinals 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Let's take a look here at the standings after September 4th in the National League. Got the Braves holding on that 3.5 game lead over the Giants. Cincinnati Reds are 11 games back. Cardinals are 14.5 games back. The Cubbies fall to 17.5 games back. The Dodgers are 19 games back. The Pirates are 19.5 games back. And the Phillies, they're eliminated. They're 35 games back. Clemente still leading the National League and Major Leagues with a 364 average. You got Cepeda and Mays leading the National League with 34 home runs. You got Frank Robinson right on their tail with 33. Cepeda with that 118 RBIs leading the National League. And you got Warren Spahn with his 2.47 ERA leading the National League. Lou Burdett with 17 wins now in the year, leading the National League in wins. Don McMahon, he's got 32 saves on the year. Cepeda's still leading in the MVP voting. And Lou Burdett, he's leading in the Cy Young voting, folks. I want to thank Sports Legends for stopping by. Check out his channel, folks. He did a game earlier today and said he's going to have a second game on later this evening. So check that out. He's going to have the A's and the Red Sox coming up later. 007's got some videos he's just downloaded, folks, with the 2008 inside pitch. Check that out. Big Clue was in the house. Check out Cleveland Baseball Fan 879's channel. He's doing the 2007 playoffs, folks. And you got Mike, the sports simulator, in the house. Check out his great channel, folks. And I believe that's everybody. Until next time, folks, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And on your way out of the park, hit that bell, like, and leave a comment, folks. Until next time, you have a great afternoon and take care.